With Sidney Prescott and Sam Carpenter being two generations of final girls in the Scream franchise, how do they compare?
Your lemon squares taste like ass.
Welcome to another Ice Cream Sunday where I talk about my favourite franchise, Scream. My name is Em, aka Horror, and in today's video I will be comparing Sidney Prescott and Sam Carpenter by their similarities, differences, and what makes them both great final girls for the franchise. Both Sidney Prescott and Sam Carpenter have been the main focus of Ghostface killers. Sidney Prescott was first introduced in Scream 1996. Played by Neve Campbell, she is the ultimate final girl and is the blueprint for Scream. From the very first film, Sidney embodies resilience, taking the horror tropes of the 90s and flipping them. Instead of playing the damsel in distress, she fights back. Due to her past, she has been through a lot of traumatic experiences, but she does not let herself be defined by trauma. Over the course of the original trilogy, Sidney grows from a scared teenager into a strong, self-aware survivor who refuses to let Ghostface control her life. When she returns in the fourth installment, there has been a lot of growth for her character, which proves how determined she is to not hide in the shadows despite what she has been through. We also see this in her when she returns in Scream 5, as she is more determined than ever to defeat Ghostface, as she is now a mother and has a family of her own. Sam Carpenter, played by Melissa Barrera, is a very different kind of final girl. She inherits the role in Scream 5 after the franchise reboots for a new generation. What makes Sam unique is her complicated lineage, as she is the daughter of Billy Loomis, one of the original Ghostface killers. This dark inheritance constantly challenges her. She's not just running from killers, she's running from the part of herself that she fears she could become, like father, like daughter. That duality gives Sam a new edge as a final girl and sets her apart from Sidney. We see Sam struggle with this primarily in Scream 6, where she acknowledges that killing the Ghostface killers the year before felt right, showing she is scared of herself and how her actions have affected her life. While she does walk away in the end with the knowledge that she's not like her father, she does appear to also accept that sometimes the right thing to do is not always the easiest. However, despite their differences, Sidney and Sam share key traits that make them powerful survivors. Both are marked by trauma but refuse to be defined by it. Both stand up not just for themselves, but they also protect others. And both evolve into Ghostface's worst nightmare: women who fight back, who learn from their pain, and who survive. Sidney and Sam, however, represent two very different types of final girls. Sidney is the classic survivor. She rises above fear, showing composure and intelligence under pressure. Sam is the dark reflection. She embraces her violent side when necessary, even enjoying it at times, which adds an unsettling but fascinating layer to her character. Where Sidney symbolises hope, Sam embodies complexity, the idea that survival isn't always clean and sometimes means embracing the darkness inside. Sidney Prescott and Sam Carpenter both make great final girls because they reflect the eras they were born in. Sidney was the voice of the 90s slasher revival, strong, smart, and breaking genre rules. Her legacy spans over multiple films, and Sidney remains a grounding force. She's not just defined by a single film, but by an arc spanning decades. Sam represents today's horror, layered, morally grey, and unafraid to blur the line between hero and monster. She hallucinates Billy, creating a unique psychological horror angle. She also represents themes like generational trauma, identity crisis, and the fear of inheriting evil, which is much more introspective than many traditional horror arcs. She is also a walking question mark, as her identity crisis shows uncertainty. Whilst characteristically both are the complete opposite to each other, together they show how Scream continues to evolve while staying true to its roots. With Scream 7 focusing once again on a Sidney-centric story, there is room for how her character will change with the life she is now leading, which is very different to the last Sidney-centric film we saw. She may take note from Sam's approach, and we may even see a more violent side to her through her vulnerability. Sam's last appearance took a leaf out of Sidney's book, with her simply walking away and leaving the trauma behind her, which does also leave it open for her possible return in the future. One thing is for certain when it comes to these characters though, and that is that they have both left their mark and moulded the franchise to how it is today. So as always, what do you guys think? What makes them both great final girls? Let me know down in the comments section. If you have enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe and switch on that notifications button, as I will be uploading more content like this. Thank you so much for watching. You can check out my other content here. With that being said, I will see you in the next video.